Okay, we're good.
All right, good. Well, hey, welcome everybody. Live from Vincennes, Indiana, for a great day for a total solar eclipse. Everett, you just couldn't ask for a better day than this.
We're so lucky. April the 8th, and we've got the sun.
Yep.
Temperature-wise, very nice for everyone that's outside getting ready to watch the spectacle.
That's right. And we have James Wallace here from Indiana State University. They're setting up the telescope right now. However, you should be able to see, feeding back to the station, the telescope, the solar telescope, which already is showing a little bit of the moon edging into the sun.
Right. Partial eclipses started across the Wabash Valley, so as we approach totality, you'll just see more and more of the moon shadow covering up the sun.
All right, and this is the time that you need to watch through your glasses. Now, the only time you can actually take the glasses off is when we reach totality, and that's when the sun is completely covered by the moon. And then you'll have about, depending on where you are, anywhere from 2 minutes or so to, well, more than 4 minutes here in Vincennes.
Yeah, it's going to be a really nice time, especially with the temperatures, and we've seen the crowd pick up here in Vincennes as everyone gets ready. Live music, as you can probably hear in the background, so everything's ready to go down here in Knox County.
Well, yeah, and I've already met people from Louisiana, Alabama. We had somebody here from, I forget Wells, but, just all over the place. Many of the license plates we're seeing are from out of state.
Yeah, when I was coming down, a lot of the traffic I was seeing on Highway 41 were out-of-state plates, so everyone's coming in from all over.
Well, and you know what? Speaking of that, Sarah Wolf, who's the coordinator of this event down here, told me that flying into the airport just across the river, more than 300 planes.
That's very impressive. And we've seen some of the planes flying around behind us, too.
And I'm wondering because I think it's United Airlines or somebody who's taken the Eclipse plane up.
Yeah, I think they're like flying from Dallas and they're trying to follow the path of totality.
So I wonder if here, I'm not going to be looking for an airplane, but I wonder if they'll be flying right over us, because they probably will.
Yeah, because Vincennes is right on the center line of totality, so it runs from Vincennes over towards Bloomfield and Bloomington, so if they're following that line, they could go right over the Wabash Valley.
All right, and we have some cloudiness out there, just some very high cirrus clouds. I don't think that's going to have any problem at all.
Yeah, so far when we've been looking through the eclipse glasses, you can still see the sun very easily, so...
Yeah, but you made me a little bit nervous last night, Everett, because we came down here early to Vincennes to set up, and it started to storm. And I thought, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, I feel bad for anyone else that was out camping in campgrounds last night, because they had a fun night in the campground, I'm sure, with all the rain and even some thunder and lightning, which wasn't the greatest, but at least it's cleared out today.
That's true, it has. Now, James, are you ready to talk yet? Are you?
Yes, I am. I've got my first set of pictures.
Well, wait a minute. Come up here. We can't hear you. Get it on the microphone to do that. So, all right. This is James Wallace from, actually, James C. Wallace II from Indiana State University. And James, first of all, tell me about the telescope you have set up here. This is a pretty elaborate device.
Yes, it is. Courtesy of the Environmental and Earth Systems Department at Indiana State University. This is a Coronado Solar Max 2 hydrogen alpha filter telescope. Only used for looking at the sun. It's not one you use at night.
Okay.
The hydrogen alpha filter line gives us beautiful views of the sunspots and the surface of the sun, and the first contact looks glorious. We're very, very happy.
All right, well, we should be seeing that now on a dual screen we have at the TV station. So from this point on, what can we expect to start seeing with the sun?
Well, as the moon begins nibbling away at the sun's surface.
I don't have enough hands.
No, none of us do.
All right.
But yes, it'll start nibbling away at it, and you'll start to see it dim a little, and a little, and a little. And at around 15 minutes before totality, we'll start to notice the effects of the diminished light. It won't be a lot, but then about 3 minutes before totality, things will start to happen. We'll start to experience the shadow bands, the diminishing light.
Now tell me what shadow bands are. You're getting ahead of ourselves.
Well, shadow bands are an effect that happens when the sun's light passes through the Earth's atmosphere, much like water going through an aquarium and you see the ripples on the bottom that's reflected sunlight. That's kind of what we think they are. Oddly enough, science isn't totally sure. But the shadow bands last for just about 30 seconds, about a minute or two before totality. Then we get Bailey's beads, we get the diamond ring, and then the shadow.
Okay, now the shadow bands, if somebody wants to look for them, where's the best place to look?
I would look on a bright white horizontal surface. Concrete works really, really well. Or if you want to set out a sheet, a white sheet, because they're very faint. You really have to be able, but we're not going to have any problems here.
Yeah, okay. If they happen.
And they don't always happen.
Yeah.
A lot of it, and scientists cannot explain why, because we're not totally sure the mechanism that happens. We just think it's an interaction of the water vapor in the Earth's atmosphere causing the light rays to, as it were, to waver.
I think it's similar in a way to if you look at a hot road in the distance, you'll see little wavy
And
lines.
I think you are absolutely correct.
Well, yeah,
I know.
Yeah, so, okay, now you had a couple of things you wanted to mention here initially, something about Native Americans or something, is that right?
Yes. You know,
Okay.
Native Americans,
Hope you have that memorized.
they have a very different perspective on the total eclipse. For them, they will go inside and not watch it because they feel that the darkness encompassing the sun has the ability to remove their spirit from them.
Okay, that was then, not now.
No, not now, but it is. Their culture was very, very wise in the ways they studied the heavens and their own cosmology. However, they didn't want to be in the shadow. They wanted to go into their teepees or their longhouses and ride it out. And then once the sun came back, they were good to go. But they felt that the sun's diminished light and the darkness would steal their spirit.
All right. And I think we probably should clarify, because I've had these questions a lot. It will not be as dark as midnight. It will be sort of like dusk, right?
Yes, it'll be like an evening twilight, a very ethereal light.
Yeah.
And it will have
What do you mean by ethereal?
almost ghostly light.
Okay.
When I was in the 94 annular eclipse that we did together on WTHI-TV 10, the light took on a silvery metallic quality because that was the ring of fire. Now we're getting totality, and it will take on an almost ghostly feel to it. And I will guarantee you, if you've never seen one before, the person you go into it will not be the person that comes out of it.
Yeah, that's true. I have talked with some people who have said to me, I don't see what the big deal is about this thing. You know, everybody's kind of overblowing it. What's the going on with the, why is this such a big deal? Why is it such a big deal?
Well, because we're witnessing physics in action. The orbital mechanics of two planetary bodies, Earth and Moon, interacting with the sun's light. And if the moon was on a perfectly circular orbit directly in the plane of our equator, we would have an eclipse every month.
Okay.
But it's not. It's slightly tilted and it's elliptical. And so that's why we go through eclipse seasons. And we had an eclipse in 2017. That was the beginning of the season. This will be the end of the season.
Is that correct? No, our eclipse season this year was the lunar eclipse last month.
Yes.
Earlier this month. And now we have an eclipse season which ends with this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then there's another one this autumn, but it did not begin on the 2017. Am I correct in that?
Well, I tend to think I'm looking at a bigger cycle than there are minor cycles within cycles.
Yeah.
And there's a larger Saros cycle that involves the 2017 because there are also a number of partial eclipses that came about in the years prior.
Okay.
So there are a number of cycles. But you are correct in that this is the inner cycle of the lunar season.
Okay. All right. Good. So, what are some of the other things we should look at? And by the way, let me look at what happened to my class. Here, hold that for a second.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to look through my handy dandy eclipse glasses.
And yes, never look at the sun without these.
Oh, well. Oh, my goodness.
Now it's my
Did
turn.
you see that?
I want to see it. I've been photographing it. Oh, that makes me one happy astronomer.
Wow, that is super. Folks, if you're watching the stream, you probably are seeing what we're talking about. But if you have eclipse glasses and you're inside and you can't get out, go out and take a look at it because this is so cool. And, it's interesting because you wrote quite a lot here. There were some stories about how the eclipse was explained in years past.
Indeed. In terms of eclipses, and there goes that stuff.
The eclipse eye.
Eclipse eye. Ooh. I like that.
Just kidding.
But in terms of eclipses, it was Christopher Columbus who used a total lunar eclipse to convince the natives of where he had landed at here in the New World that he could control the heavens. And so in doing so, he took their religious beliefs and corrupted it into them obeying him for his needs of supplies and things. And that happens a lot in history, where astronomers who know when things are going to happen will tell their leaders, and their leaders will then use that to say to the masses, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to take the sun away. And I'm going to do it right now. And then they'll react as they do because people didn't realize what was going on. Please bring it back. Yeah, I think I will in about a minute or so. Poof, it comes back, and they're looked on as omniscient.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what, my papers are blowing all around, so let's just let the camera go here. And we'll listen to some music, show some people along the Riverwalk, and we'll be back with more narration coming up. How's that?
Excellent. I'm enjoying the view immensely.
Right.
And as I said before, it
Don't
will
look
be
at
clear
the sun.
today.
You just looked at the sun. Don't do that.
Well, no. I looked right above your head because I saw a little bit of haze there. But it's going to be clear.
Okay.
I said it would, and it is.
All right, folks, we'll be back with more narration, but you continue to watch WTHI-TV.com because you're seeing some really great things. All right. Good. I'm going to move this way.
Is that okay? Park me there, Everett. I know where you're at. What's that one up there?
Lost one. I hope that one doesn't work. It was a double box when I saw it. So now it should be probably close.
So let's do this.
Yeah, I'll have Rod do that.
So this image is flip, right?
No. Yes.
Vibrations.
No, it shouldn't be because it
Vibrations.
I guess it's not tilt. Yeah.
Okay, because what I'm seeing there is not what I'm seeing
Yeah.
here.
So it just flipped. So this is almost actually better because I know you can see the blessing go down on it. So it's almost better for the internet. That way people can see it better. And so it was a little cut, but since it's been cut on the bottom and cut on the top and on the bottom, you won't notice it because it's coming down to the bottom, up from the top. So it should be good.
All sales, we will have our own private house. I'm not going to give up the howl, but I think maybe it's going to say something. You can thank the folks here. Well, I appreciate that. Sometimes we go unrecognized and do our work, and I don't mind. My job is to educate, especially the general public who don't understand. Decent wins. What are you running there?
Just medium format.
Oh, that's now. I'm the lens itself.
It's 110. Equivalent of maybe an 85.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I'm running at 650 millimeter.
I'm not running anything teleclose.
Well, I am because I want the
I
variety.
know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Some good shots.
I made my filter out of a Quaker Oats container. You want to check something out here, Kevin? Go ahead and look in that that. You find it right there.
Oh, I'm gonna look at the sun one more
Come right
time. Put your glasses on. Oh yeah.
There's a lion there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Don't look up without your glasses.
Yes, I am. I made that out of a Quaker Oats container.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and a Thousand Oaks solar filter, and a little bit of duct tape. This solved a lot of problems. Because when I was pressing shutter here, I'd get a little kick.
Well, but that's better yet.
Yeah, I prefer this because there's some effect that I don't have 2 seconds.
Look up here, Tony. There you go. Perfect. Look at this. Look towards. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Everett, are you talking to somebody there? We're going to do an interview with the Burkharts, Tony and Natalie. You have plenty of people, right?
Okay. When this isn't on, are they full screen with the telescope? Do you know?
I told them we're ready to do the interview, so.
Told me that.
I told them we're getting ready to do the interview. So.
Oh, okay. Are they full screen still? I don't know.
My phone's next to the iPhone.
Okay, all right. Well, I lost my interview, so. Yeah, I see that. Oh, look at that. What is that? Oh, I see. Where'd they go? All right.
Check this out, Kevin.
Yeah, good.
Little eclipses.
Yep. Yeah. And Rob, I'm going to talk to James real quick. We'll show the colander.
Yes, it's an old colander of ours.
Okay.
Lots of my phone, Rob. Stand by, Kevin.
Right. What are we trying to do?
We only have
Well,
about 15 more minutes to be up here
his
playing
phone's
music
tied
for your
up.
folks. So,
So I'm going to talk.
let's take a look at it. Hang on.
Right.
Everybody's got to take a little turn looking at the sun. Don't look up without your glasses. I know I said that. I'm going to keep saying it till I'm off stage. Here one more time for Superman. They come up here early in the morning and jam for you guys. They kick some serious butt.
We're hot.
Woo-hoo!
All right, here we are back again, live from Vincennes. And come on back here, James. Now, James, I see you brought a colander. You're making some spaghetti for us.
I'll tell you what, my wife makes wonderful spaghetti with our own home kitchen colander. Lovely pattern. This is an old one from the 50s or 60s. And the nice thing about it is these lovely patterned holes that serve as an excellent projector of the sun's image.
Okay.
And so if you take one and you point it at the sun and you get it just right, I don't know if you can pan down here. You can start to
Oh,
see
yeah.
little partial eclipse suns. When this gets closer to totality, it'll take on a very unique look.
And so that's if you don't have sun or
Exactly.
eclipse glasses,
Yeah.
you can look at that.
And there has to be round holes. It can't be the square holes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it must be round because it'll project. The sun is round.
And make sure you put the colander back in the kitchen and wash it before you use it again.
And have some spaghetti tonight for dinner.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Excellent.
All right, very good. So we are continuing to see this moon move into the sun. Now, I don't have it. It's part of something you wrote for me, but the moon is moving fast. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. I can't off the top of my head name the speed of it, but the shadow is traveling at about 1,400 miles per hour.
Yeah, okay.
And that's pretty fast. There is an instance where the old Concorde airplanes, the jets back in the 70s that were traveling faster than the speed of sound, one actually tracked a solar eclipse's shadow and kept up with it for 28 minutes.
All right, now, if it's going 1,000 miles an hour, how can we possibly have 4 minutes of totality here in Vincennes? That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's because the moon's shadow is quite large. Don't have it off the top of my head again, but it's large enough and at 1,400 miles per hour that it does take about 4 minutes. Now, as we get closer to the edge of the eclipse track, it'll actually be traveling faster because of a curved surface of the Earth. And we're center line here. In fact, center line is just right over past the river. We're in one of the most ideal spots you can be in the nation.
Yeah, we sure are. And people are really starting to gather here in Vincennes. I don't know if you can actually see out on the river. There are boats on the river. There are people along the river walk. It's really shaping up to be quite nice.
Oh, yeah, it just goes to show you everybody is interested in this. It's a magical event, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
All right, now, tell you what, we are here at a place called Burkhart Insurance. So if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'm going to call in Tony and Natalie Burkhart. They have been just so gracious for us to be here. Come on over here. All right, Natalie, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, Tony, I've got my arm around your wife.
That's okay, Kevin.
Okay. I just want to thank you for letting us be up here on your deck because you're kind of out of the way from people and so on. But this has been a really great thing for Vincennes, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. How about you, Tony?
Hey, Kevin, you've done a great job with the weather. I had my doubts a couple days ago, but you pulled it off, bud.
I had some doubts last night when it was storming and thunder, and I thought, this has to get out of here. Yeah.
The community's done a great job pulling everything together. Our county and our city has done a wonderful job and got good crowds, great weather. What else could you want?
Well, see, I couldn't be any better than this. We were down in Carbondale back in 2017, and it was not nearly this nice. So,
Well, better people here, right?
well, yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, I want to thank you. I'll let you get back to your doing. By the way, if you need insurance, Burkhart Insurance.
Thank you very much.
Well, yeah,
Perfect.
okay, all right. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank
Thank you, Tony. Oops, I just tripped onto that. So, here we are in Vincennes, and I'm going to take another little moment here where we're just, because I don't want to talk all this time, and I know James doesn't. So what we're going to do is just let you listen to some music. Maybe we'll show the eclipsing sun full screen, and then we'll be back as we get a little bit closer with some more information and so on. So thank you for watching us at WTHI-TV.com. Call your friends, tell them to tune in. We'll be back.
Thank you very much.
Not yet. I'll tease you.
Kevin? My granddaughter Hannah Banana.
Hello, Hannah.
And as part of our content, we'd like to make a 10-hole projector.
Okay, how long is it going to take?
1 minute. It's just at your convenience.
I should probably do it sooner.
Yeah, actually, that's why I'm doing it now. Into the microphone. Look at Kevin. Okay, you look at Kevin. You'll be fine. You see those a minute, Kevin? I didn't bring mine. I do want to look up. Ah, that's very nice.
You know, I did ask, what's his name, Cody.
Cody.
The shadow of the moon is at a different spot on this than it is in the sky.
That's because the optics will invert it.
We probably should mention that.
Yes. It's a good point.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's get that.
She goes by the name of Hannah Banana.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Oh, you want Hannah Johns?
No.
Just Hannah. I mean, we gotta have a name. Just Hannah.
We're ready? Yep.
I'm gonna do this quickly, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute. We'll make it. You'll be fine. Very proud of you. Very proud. You're as good as your mother.
All right, we are back here at Burkhardt Insurance up here on their deck. It is so nice. And I have Hannah here. And Hannah, you had breakfast here, is that right?
Yes.
And that's your breakfast, what you had?
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me what this is all about.
I will be making a pinhole projector.
Okay.
And
So how does one do that?
so you take I've already cut out the 2 holes, and then you take the tin foil and you tape it down.
All right. And it's just regular aluminum foil, right?
Yes, just
Yeah, okay.
regular aluminum foil.
Okay. And you put that on there.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
And this again is in case you don't have Eclipse glasses and you want to see the eclipse.
yeah.
Okay, now
And
you have a little tack thing.
You take a push pin or something, poke a little hole,
Okay,
and then
that's it. Just that's all. Just that one little hole.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
then
Then what?
Your back has to face the
Okay.
sun,
Well, the sun's there.
and then you have to look through it, angle it until you can see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have a piece of white paper taped to the bottom there.
Yeah, it's just so that you can see
Oh, yeah,
it
I
a little
can
bit
see
better.
That is really neat. Well, Hannah, thank you very much. So, folks, if you have a cereal box at home, this is one way to do it if you don't have your Eclipse glasses yet. So, anything else you want to toss in right now, James?
No, just wanted to say that I'm very proud of my granddaughter, Hannah.
Ah, yes, okay. All right, very good. Well, you should be.
I'm proud of all my grandchildren. I love them dearly.
All right. We'll be back. Now, they're making some announcements. It's getting closer and closer to totality. And when we get to totality, we're going to actually do a more extended segment. So stay tuned to WTHI-TV.com. And when it gets close to about 3 o'clock, a couple of minutes before 3, we're going to go to WTHI-TV as well. So you can tune in and maybe see a little better picture. So they're playing music. We're having a great time in Vincennes. I hope you are enjoying the solar eclipse. And I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hannah, I'm so proud of you. I'm so very proud of you. You did so well.
Nice
Thanks,
job,
Kevin.
Hannah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, you're welcome.
A little later on, I'll bring Luna up and he'll read one poem.
Okay.
Edgar Allan Poe's Evening Star from 1827.
Okay.
It's a very haunting, nice poem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. she'll let you know, right? Huh? Oh. They'll let us know in the control room when we're on.
I believe you're on now.
Well, that's neat. Yeah.
Yep, we're on.
Okay. Well, Everett, we're here in Vincennes, and there's sort of a noticeable difference in the light.
It's starting to feel like there's a little bit of a shade.
Yeah.
A little dimmer outside, and I'm
Yeah.
sure wherever you're watching, if you're somewhere else in the Wabash Valley, if you look outside, you might start to notice it.
Yeah, I think so. And it, as James mentioned a while ago, and this happened when we were down in Carbondale back in 2017, everything takes on this sort of, I call it a metallic look.
Yeah.
It just has that sort of a weird thing to it. And you're wearing red.
Intentionally.
Okay. Now, careful there. Our cameraman almost tripped over that. We almost ended this live shot. Sorry, man. Okay, anyhow, what happened in 2017 is everything just looks so strange and so weird. And you're wearing red, and it's called the Purginky effect.
Yep.
Can you explain it? Can you?
Not as well as you probably can,
Okay.
since you wrote that article. But
All right. Here's the deal. Our eyes perceive color in various lights. When there's a lot of light, you can see your colors pretty well. Unless you're me, I have trouble with colors sometimes. But what will happen during totality is this: if you look at red, it will look dull. It won't look red, really. It just look kind of grayish or
blah.
yeah, blah. And but if you're wearing green, green will become more vibrant, and green becomes brighter. And it all has to do with the way our eyes sense color in light, where it's bright light or limited light. So
yeah, we should be able to get to see that in full effect here in a little bit.
yeah, that's true. And you know what? While we're doing this, also, I want to mention it, and we'll do this on air as well. But I really want to hear people's experience. If you would, please write it down. And when I did the little booklet, I put in the booklet a place for you to write down your impressions, how you felt, what kind of thing was going on, because this really is pretty cool.
Yeah, luckily for me, or fortunately for me, this is my second one. I also saw 2017. My family went down to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, so we were in totality then, and we'll be making our way to the second one today. So we're excited to see what it's like, because I know we're getting into that stage now where the shadows are just kind of strange.
Yeah, they are. And a lot of people are lying along the... Cody, if you need to come up here, go ahead. He's our ISU telescope guy. So people are looking along the Riverwalk here. A lot of people have their glasses on. And this is really turning out to be just a really nice day. And I must say that Sarah Wolf and everybody down here at Vincennes, they've really done just a really great job.
The city looks really great. Downtown's bustling, all kinds of people getting food. There's food trucks. Patrick Henry Square is full of people. We've had live music.
Yes. And here in a little while, the Vincennes Performing Arts Band, pep band, they're going to be playing the Final Countdown. See, because are you familiar with that song?
Oh, yeah.
The Final Countdown. Okay. Well, Everett, I've got news for you. You're going to sing it.
Oh, I thought you were going on
No,
stage.
no. At any rate, they'll be playing that here very, very soon as the light dims here in Terre Haute. And I probably should bring it. What do you see?
Well, it's good. It looks about halfway, if not half.
Okay. All right.
So we're getting there.
Okay, good. So I'm going to call James in here in just a couple of minutes. But it's really something to be... to experience a total solar eclipse. Now, we talk about this being a pretty rare event. Yes and no.
Just depends on where you are.
True, yeah, because a solar eclipse will happen about every 18 months or so. The only thing is, a lot of times it happens out of the ocean or someplace where nobody lives.
Right. And this is the last one in the U.S. that's visible until 2020 or 2044, I believe.
Yeah.
So we've got a long ways to wait.
And even then, it won't be here. You'll have to go drive somewhere to see it.